My daughter saw me getting dry skin off my shoulder after a bad sunburn, and asked if she could keep my skin flakes and put them in a jar, so that when I die, she can make a mummy mask and remember me always. We just had moved into a new house, and 2 kids from the neighborhood showed up at the door. When I asked if I could help them, one of them said, "Our mum wants us to tell you. The old people who used to live here are buried at the end of the road." They then ran off, and I've never seen those kids again to this day. When my daughter was 3, she woke up in the morning, looking rough. I asked if she slept okay, and she said no. Papa kept me up all night pinching my toes. That's my dad, her papa. Passed away 8 years before she was even born, and that's how he used to wake my brother and I up when we were little. At my uncle's funeral, she asked if he was going to turn into a zombie. My son told me in the sweetest of voices, in a consoling tone, "Don't worry, Mummy, I'll never murder you." My neighbor's 3-year-old said to me, "When's the baby gonna come out of your tummy?" I didn't even know I was pregnant then. One night, I let my then 3-year-old sleep with me because my husband was gone. It was dead quiet in the house, and she whispers to me,
"I've got you right where I want you, and now I'm gonna eat you."
My son was 3. He came out and climbed into bed with us, crying. I asked what was wrong. He said that big fat man with a bloody hole in his head kept trying to open his window. My then 4-year-old daughter came up to me, put her hands on my belly, and said, "Mummy, you have a baby in your belly." And I come to find out 2 weeks later that I was 3 weeks pregnant. She also said it was a boy, even though she really wanted a baby sister. And she was right. She also did something similar to 2 teachers at a daycare. They called her the baby whisperer. My best friend Lisa died when I was pregnant with my daughter. When my daughter was 3, I heard her laughing. I said, "What are you laughing at?" She said, "Auntie Lisa is making silly faces at me and playing with me." When my daughter was 4, I heard her singing a song that my mom always sang to me when I was young. I asked her where she learned it. She told me that her grandma taught it to her. My mum passed away 6 years before my daughter was born. "Mummy, why is the man by the fan staring at me?" We were all in bed, about to sleep. There was nothing by the standing fan. I still don't like that damn fan. While grocery shopping, my son points at the Aunt Gemma syrup and says, "Mummy, let's get Aunt Vagina." When she was about 18 months old, my grandpa George died. We had a photo of my grandparents on the fridge, right alongside those alphabet magnets that all toddlers have. The day of the funeral, I was getting her breakfast ready while she played with the magnets. I turned around, and she spelled George right under my grandparents' photo. I recently had an ectopic pregnancy. I've been really sad about it. My little boy told me, "Mummy, I can be the baby in your tummy, but you have to eat me first." My 5-year-old has stuck to this same story since he was 3. I remember my last mum and dad died, and you found me. Remember? I was on the side of the road when you found me as a baby. I had a little sister before, but she's dead too. I was pregnant and working as a preschool teacher. One of the little girls was very curious about my pregnancy, so we were talking about it. Somehow, we got into the subject of how the baby might come out. She looked at me dead in the face and said, "You know, they're going to have to cut it out of you." As you can imagine, I was kind of surprised, but managed to deflect and say, "Well, if they don't cut it out of me, what are some other ways the baby might come out?" Again, she looked at me dead in the face and said, "I think the baby might just crawl out of your mouth." The other day on the train, my 4-year-old daughter told me, "Mama, I'll love you forever until you die, but when you die, I'll hate you." I asked her why she would hate me, and she said, "Because then you'll just be bones, and I'll let Juno chew on them. When my brother was 2, he wouldn't go by any other name than John, and would insist on being called that, but his real name was Brent. When he was 4 years old, he asked my mum where Yoko was. My mum told him she was doing well and living in New York. Once Brent understood this, he was relieved and okay with continuing on as Brent. My brother has gone on to be a talented musician and artist, with friends in the celebrity realm. Oh, and he was conceived 3 months after John Lennon's death. My 3-year-old daughter said, "You're the best mummy I have had so far." I said, "I am the only mummy you've had." As she walked away, she said, "That's what all the other mummies said too." Hey guys, I hope you liked that video. It's a bit different. I decided to do 20 creepy things that children have said that I've seen from the internet, and I hope you enjoyed it. If you did like it, please leave a like to let me know that you liked it. Please support this channel by subscribing, and as always, thank you so much for watching.